cooperative exchanges with the Supreme Court of Bangladesh, Iran, Azerbaijan, Denmark, and also to expand collaboration with the Muslim World League of Saudi Arabia. On the technical side, with the LUMS, we have entered into MOU for management. They will advise us on management, how to manage our processes. And for technology, we have entered into an MOU with Ghulam Isa Khan University. Now coming to the fifth and the final pillar, which is to revitalize attached institution. I will start with the Federal Judicial Academy. Let me tell you, mashallah, they have undertaken 70 training programs this year. And this is, I know, my brother is in a sober mood. Yeah, I want you to smile. You've headed all this. Yes, the DG Saab is there. My brother, Justice Miyagul is also there. He's heading the academy. Thank you and mashallah. And you have benefited 12,485 participants. And let me tell you what is more and very crucial. They have now a collaboration. They have put 182 bars of Pakistan, 182 bars throughout Pakistan. They are provided a calendar that these will be the activities which will take place, and they can sit at the bar and they are connected through video link, and they can see whatever process is being carried out over there. Mashallah, please keep it up. Now comes the Law and Justice Commission. Law and Justice Commission, there used to be nothing against the retired judges. I'm also going to retire soon. The thing is, it was just judges. I said, no, let's bring in lawyers. So for the first time, from each high court, instead of a retired judge, we brought in lawyers, eminent lawyers from 5 high courts. And I also said, Pakistan, all bar councils of Pakistan, including Pakistan Bar Council, I said, give me one representative, let him sit in that meeting. And this time, mashallah, we've had 2 meetings. They sat, they did the deliberation, and they have zeroed down to start off with criminal law and family law. So the legislation which is to take place initially will be on these 2. And there was a suggestion to bring in the corporate sector, but they said, no, first and foremost is these 2. Once we get these things started, then we can go to the corporate part of it. Now, National Judicial Policy Making Committee. This is something very close to my heart. Here, 5, all the Chief Justices of Pakistan are members. I had it. We sat down. We decided on 17 items on which we were to proceed. Some of the crucial I would like to mention. First and foremost was the serious attention was given to enforced disappearances. And let me tell you, and I thank the Advocate General that he's assured us that the government is seriously considering mechanism to ensure the production of the detained persons within 24 hours. I thank you for that, and I expect that soon we will have a good news regarding that. Number 2, to safeguard the dignity of judges, SOPs have also been framed by the high courts to protect the judicial officers from external influence. This is the district judiciary. We have done it. All the district judiciary, all the high courts have framed their rules. And I've told them, put me in it. If there is the Chief Justice of the High Court, also put the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, so that the magistrate sitting in Buni or the magistrate sitting in Gwadar, he should feel that I'm not alone. If there's an influence and I've reported it, then my Chief Justice and the Chief Justice of Pakistan is also there to look after me. So the guidelines, the SOPs in that regard have also been finalized. It's a I'm very happy for that. To promote expeditious justice, not only model civil but criminal courts have started, and they have been given time-bound trials. And it is not like there's no specialized courts. What we've done is that the oldest case is to be taken up as a model court. The oldest civil case, the oldest criminal case. And that's how we're going to take it, and they're going to be done on a very day-to-day hearing. Now, moving on to the next point. While mediation facilities are expanded across the province, prescribed timelines for 13 categories of civil cases have been, 13 categories of cases which will now serve as key performance indicators and this will be monitored through centralized judicial dashboard. Their efficiency will be determined on this. In parallel, a charter of the ethical use of AI. You can't let go of AI. We are judges. How we are to do it? The policy, the ethical policy has to be framed. Task has been given, inshallah ta'ala soon. Once that is done, we will publish it, that what is the charter of ethical use of AI. Enhancing access to justice through better infrastructure and legal empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to the remotest parts of Pakistan, and there I saw that the funds that we have, the funds which are in access to justice development fund, were not reaching the due people. So we took steps, and mashallah, by the grace of God, I'll give you a figure. Look at the markup of the fund. 1 year markup was 1.4 billion rupees, not spent. You do not spend the money, you keep it so that it generates this 1.4 billion. I said, no, I don't want the 1.4 billion markup. I want this 1.4 to be spent. And same was the case, thank you again, the Attorney General. You provided us with a grant of 2 billion. Now we have 3.4 billion. We are spending it this year, inshallah. And I will announce that inshallah this year, all the courts in Pakistan will have solar. All the courts in Pakistan will have e-libraries, that even the bar room will also have. 3, lady facilitation centers, all. Their restrooms. 4, clean drinking water. Now, how did I come to these 4? It wasn't just off the hat that I said, let's have these 4. No. When I went to the remote areas, then I put a task. I said, get the information from every district and session judge. I want their wish list in priority. And when we looked at the wish list, these 4 were the top. So this year we said, all the funds are to go there. So inshallah, we have enough funds. Their projects are coming. We will spend this amount. And thank you, government, we have the money to spend it. Now, it has to be spent properly. So for this, it is not possible for us to do it from here. So each province has been given an additional secretary representing the Law and Justice Commission, but he will be sitting in the respective high courts to ensure that the money is spent rightly. Now, you will also be pleased to know that I will announce it, that any person who cannot afford a lawyer will be given free legal aid, starting from the magistrate and civil court to the Supreme Court. In addition, I am very clear that the pulse of the criminal delivery system lies in the jail. How do I know that? I went to a jail in Deir Ismail Khan. I went there, so I was telling him, do you have water? They said, yes, we have water. Do you have a fan? They said, yes. Medical, yes. Food, very good. There was an inmate who said, Chief Saab, this is Deir Ismail Khan. And he said it in Pashto, and he said, look, I don't want water, I don't want medicine. You are sitting on my case since 2017, my death appeal, and you're talking about these things? Go and decide my cases. It was like a jolt. And I tell you, since then, there has been a constant bench, 2 benches. I've said, put me on a 2-member bench, but I want a constant bench, and I want to thank each member of that criminal bench. I want to name you, but if I do that, it'll be unfair, because then my other brothers will get offended, because everyone has worked hard this year. But I tell you from the wick of my heart, and I'll tell you why I'm happy. I went to Banu then. So when I went to the jail in Banu, I said, take me to the cell of the inmate who has the longest, whose case is longest pending before the Supreme Court. So it was Bahadur Khan, and his case was pending since 2019. Lo and behold, I go there. Now I am apologizing. He's behind the bar and I'm on this side, and I am apologizing to him in Pashto. And he turns around and says, "Why are you apologizing?" I said, "I'm sorry, I haven't decided your case and you're behind bars." He says, "No, you've decided it." And I said, "Well, my record doesn't show it." He had, because certified copy had not been issued, he had the uncertified copy of the judgment in which his case had been decided. So thank you, the criminal bench. You have brought, now let me tell you, you have brought the case load from 1917 to 2017. Now we are dealing with cases of 2024.